run through the tape. In life, never give up, run through the tape.
Hey, Bruce.
In what has been a thoroughly compelling first half of basketball, the Clippers lead the Suns in the season finale, 69-43. There will be more basketball, obviously, for the Clippers. This is the end of the road for the Suns.
I would have never known that this was their last game. By the way, I would have never known. I think it's official. We can put the fishing tape on tonight. My sons have already packed for Cancun. Mailinin.com.
Mailinin.com.
Man, they got 1 foot in Tahiti and on the court.
So,
I guarantee you.
Hard to slide.
I guarantee you. Hey, I guarantee you.
1, 2, 3, Cancun.
True story. So when the Clippers do win this game, they will be at the worst the 3 seed in the Western Conference. They could move up to 2. Tell me, what's a realistic expectation? What in your mind is this championship material? The Clippers, they have won 13 of 14, 6 in a row, 55.
Why are you looking over here? He's talking to you, Ernest.
Yeah, I am.
I don't believe that they're a championship team. Oh, I think that they have a lot of elements. I think they're explosive. I think they're fun to watch. I think I actually like rooting for them. However, I just don't feel that they have the makings of a championship team. And
because
some of those elements are the intangibles that sometimes are indescribable. They're only seen by guys who've actually been part of it, and sometimes you can only see it. And I'm not sure I see it. And film doesn't always tell the story, or stats don't always tell the story, but body language and method of play and style of play does. There it is. I don't think they have the style of play to win a championship.
That's the perfect way. You know what's interesting about this entire thing? I've been in the NBA for 30 years now. I've never seen this much uncertainty with 24 hours to go. Well, you got the Spurs can go from 2 to 6. You got the Clippers can go to 2 to 6. The Rockets, the Trailblazers. Tomorrow night, to me, is going to be a fascinating night of basketball. Because this is really all about matchups. I mean, I don't know who you want to play and who you don't want to play. I think the West is just going to be crazy. I mean, right now, Portland against Houston, the Clippers against Memphis, that would be a great first-round series. You got the Spurs against Dallas. And I tell you what's going to be interesting, that New Orleans-Oklahoma City thing tomorrow night, because I don't know if you want to play Oklahoma City if you're Golden State. I just don't. Or, listen, you play New Orleans, you got to deal with Anthony Davis. I don't think Golden State has trouble with either one in the first round. Well, I don't disagree with you a little bit, because, Ernie, when you got the playoffs are totally different. Because, like I said, we got to wait till these things iron themselves out. But that would either one of those teams. Like, I think Golden State will win the series, but it won't be an easy series.
Mm-hmm. Finish us out here before we go to break.
I kind of agree with Kenny. Clippers, they're good. They're pretty good, but they're not a championship team. One reason I say, especially end of games, they don't really have set plays they can go to. It's always Chris Paul in the pick-and-roll situation. And me personally, I don't think you can win a championship doing that all the time. You know, Golden State's, they execute down the stretch. San Antonio Spurs, they execute down the stretch. And, you know, the Clippers, again, when it's end-of-game situations, just give the ball to Chris Paul, let him come out to pick and roll.
Don't you watch Shaq sometime and you go, they can't get away with that in the playoffs.
All
you're
the
just
time.
sitting there watching go,
all the time.
But that's nice, but you can't do that in the playoffs.
But, Ernie, and their biggest problem is their best player won't be able to play in the fourth quarter. DeAndre Jordan.
He's their best player now?
I think he's probably
Chris Paul's still on that team.
No, I got nothing but respect for Chris Paul. But DeAndre, I agree with Reggie. He's the defensive player of the year and what he does, but he can't put him in the game in the last 5 minutes.
Hey, much to talk about in the East, and we'll do that when we come back.
Broken before. All you got to do is hit one, big fella. Don't listen to Chuck.
Welcome to the Sprint Halftime Report. Bring in your Verizon or AT&T bill, and we'll cut your rate plan in half.
More data, more highlights. That is Sprint. Eastern Conference, the Pacers, here's the simple thing. If you win your last 2 games, you're in the playoffs. And they had their hands full with Washington tonight. Paul George in overtime ties it at 85. We go to the second overtime. David West hit a couple of big buckets. Here's one of them. 17, 18-foot assassin, isn't that what we used to call him?
Yeah.
And then John Wall going to drive.
Push off.
Tough shot.
Going to make it a 2-point game. George Hill had a big game, almost a triple-double.
Nice pass by Stuckey.
97, 92 at that point. They win at 99 to 95, and so they still control their own destiny in the Eastern Conference. Indiana at Memphis tomorrow.
Well, they don't
Brooklyn
control
home
their
against the
destiny.
Magic. Indiana's got to win that game or hope that Brooklyn loses to the Magic at home, which ain't going to happen. So,
You don't think that's going to happen?
No, I do not think that's going to happen.
I don't think the Pacers can win at Memphis either.
That's because game
Gotta
means
agree
something
with
to
you,
Memphis
Chuck.
too. I don't know.
Let's go, Vucevic.
Now you're rooting for the Magic. Now this.
Oh my gosh.
Me and Underdog can do that right now.
Oh my goodness, Kenny, let me try to.
Oh my God.
Underdog.
Okay, you can be the person laying on the floor.
Underdog, go get a bike, Underdog.
No
We're gonna do
way.
this right now.
There's no way.
Me and
I would let
Underdog
any-
go.
Guys,
Oh
guys,
my gosh.
please cut out of it,
No.
guys, before. Please cut out of it before.
No.
Please cut out of it. Please.
Underdog, go get
Please,
a bike.
guys, I'm
Oh
asking.
my
Cut
God.
out of it. Please, thank you very much.
Wow.
That's okay. Let's do it.